So this is my community mapping project, and these are the goals for this project. So we have three of them, and the first one is to identify the community networks and resources available to students and their teachers. The second one is to identify community assets that students from this school community may bring with them to school and to our classrooms. And the third one is to gain a respect for and knowledge of the people and resources in the community surrounding our school. So for part one, I had to identify community networks and resources available to students and to their teachers. So I did so by asking the students and the teachers themselves. So for the students, I got several programs and clubs and sports and and locations, different programs outside of school, and a few programs outside of school too that support students learning. So for school, I got school sports, school clubs, Pulse, which is an after school program. They also have Avid, and then for outside of school, there is the Whitman Village Community Center, City of Visalia Parks and Recreation, and 4-H. So sports and school clubs, they mainly focus on one thing, which is what differs so much from the Pulse and the Whitman programs, because those two, Pulse and Whitman, they have different activities that focus on specific subjects, and they focus also in connecting the students to the community through different activities. So those are the two main ones that I will be talking about later in this presentation. As for Avid, Avid is a program that helps students get college ready so that they can be successful in college. So that's another one that's students recognize the importance of the class. So for the teachers, and I'm going to be focusing mainly on my mentor teacher. So she's actively looking for ways to further develop herself as a teacher, because she's already a good teacher, but she wants to further develop herself. So she's actively looking for programs and seminars she can attend so that she can become a little bit better. So she found this one seminar that was called Common Core Social and Emotional Learning Through the Art. So that seminar focused on teaching, showing teachers how they could through art they could help students become more self-aware, more help them manage themselves better, to help them make more responsible choices and relationship skills and social awareness, and all of this, combining it with their curriculum. So she was telling me about it, and she mentioned they did some activities that she could even implement in the classroom, and just some exercises that could be done in the classroom just to help these 5 concepts and ideas that will really help students become more social and emotional aware. So the cool part about this whole seminar thing is that she found it, and she brought it up to the principal, and like she mentioned how it would benefit her and as a teacher and her students, and they were very supportive. They paid for it for her to go, and they got her a substitute for that day. So just I think this is one of those resources available to the teachers, like when they're looking for to improve themselves. The school supports and helps them go after those programs and seminars So I think this is one of those resources for the teachers. So part two, just going back to the students. So the two main resources that I want to talk about, that I feel that they're a big part for students learning in their communities. It's the Pulse After School Program and the Whitman Village Community Center. So the Pulse is an after school program, as I mentioned, and the way it works is that they meet after school, and the first thing they'll do is the students have to sign in, and they'll get a snack, kind of like lunch, and they get to hang out for a little bit. Well, everyone comes in, all the older students come in and sign up, and they get to eat, and then afterwards they split the students into three or four different clubs depending on the amount of students they have, and they'll go to different clubs, and the students get to choose which clubs they want to go to. So they have drama club, they have art club, they have basketball, they have tabletop sports, they have college and careers, they have social and emotional club, and they have leadership club. So in leadership, students get to do some community service, and they also get to gather toys for to give to the ballet children in the community, and they'll those toys get drive to Target when they distribute them. So that's one way. That's one of the many ways that students will get to connect to the community through the after school program. And then we have Whitman Village Community, which is very similar, because it also students get to do different activities in that community. They get to host events, and they get to light the Christmas tree in the Oval Park. They get to do the Easter egg hunt and raise money for hunger. So these two programs engage students in more ways, because they give them different opportunities and different things that they can explore, and just because really I feel like these programs just gives them different opportunities to try different things and learn new things, comparison to like sports, which is just like either you're doing basketball or you're doing volleyball or you're doing soccer, and that's just that one thing you're doing for that one for the time period where the certain sport is taking place. Well, in Pulse is like you are in one program, and it takes you to all these different clubs and activities and ways to connect to that community. So this is the Pulse After School program, and as you can see, they have a poster. So they were serving food back here on those tables, and right here they had their information posted of like the food that we're gonna be giving that week, and how the food met the California standards. That the food should have certain nutrients, or it should be a certain way, and they have it all there for the students to read if they want to, which I thought was great. So a few things where I felt that also this program was important for the students and the parents is that the students have a safe place where they can go after school, and they get to eat there, and they get to eat nutritious food, and they get to play, and they get to do their homework. And if they need help with the homework, they have people there to help them. So Pulse also gives parents peace of mind, because they know that their children are in a safe and in a productive environment after school, and that the parents know that their kids are being looked after. Also, there are many clubs students can take part of. to develop and explore their interest. So as I mentioned, some of those clubs are art and drama, volleyball, basketball, yoga, and the leadership program, just to mention a few of the many they have. Some of the benefits from these clubs, Pulse and Whitman Village Community Center, are that most of these clubs give students the opportunity to explore their interest and share some of their knowledge with others. Also, as I mentioned, the Leadership Club connects students with their community. Students do community service and also gather toys for children in the valley. The Whitman Village Community Service hosts different events in which students can connect and meet more people from that community and get a better sense of their own community and what's going on in their own community and what they can do to help in their community. So I thought that was really great. Some of those events include for the Whitman Valley Community Service Center include the Christmas tree lighting and at the Oval Park, as I mentioned, the Easter egg hunt, and to raise money for hunger, among other things. So all of these programs help shape students' understanding of their community and themselves. They learn to be responsible and how they can help their communities. Their experiences and skills can be integrated and seen in the classrooms. In my opinion, the students I've seen take part of Pulse and Whitman Village Community Center seem more outgoing and willing to help their peers. Also, the students, as I learned, they come from different backgrounds, ethnicities, and they belong to a multitude of communities. These differences, however, are their strengths because they can learn from one another. They share their experiences and their knowledge, and sometimes in the classroom in ways that enrich their academic lives, and other times in ways that makes them better as people because they can show some kindness to one another. This kindness comes in part from their experiences helping in the community, and also from what they're being taught at home.